Okay, now let's practice the checkup problems, which are going to be just like the 4.2 quiz that you're about to take on APEX. So let's look at a word problem first and then some other examples. So a farmer needs to enclose a section of land in the shape of a parallelogram. So again, whenever we're doing a word problem, I want you to visualize it by drawing that image. Hopefully your parallelogram looks prettier than Miss Sanchez's. Okay, using one side of the barn for a side. So let's say over here is the barn. This is the side of the barn. And then the opposite side, those both are 9 feet long. Remember that opposite sides of a parallelogram are 9 feet long. One of the other sides is 7. So then what is the final side length going to be? And so do you see that it's just going to be 7? So what is this based on? This is based on the fact that parallelograms have opposite sides that are equal. Okay, let's make this prettier. So if the barn side is 9 and the opposite side is 9 and one of the sides is 7 and they're asking us for this final side, then the answer is D, 7 feet. Okay, what is X? So here we've got two sides given. One is given as a 22 and one is given as an expression. What do we know as a property of parallelograms? We know that opposite sides are congruent. So we can set the 22 equal to the 2x plus 10 and solve. Remember to pause the video and try this on your own and then check the answer. All right, next, notice they're asking for what is X. By the way, if they just ask for X, we're done, right? But if they ask us for the side length, we would have to plug back in and we would have gotten 22 to match the other side. But they're just asking for X, so we're done. Okay, what is X in this other one? Notice that we're being given this 28 and this expression of 4x plus 5. And we know that opposite side lengths are congruent. So when we get a decimal like this, you can leave it as a fraction, 23/4, or you can actually divide it and give me the decimal of 5.75, whatever you prefer. Both of those answers would be correct. And that's it. How are you on your two-step equations? Are these equations okay for you, or are you feeling like you're rusty on your equations? Okay, next ones have two expressions on both sides. So this time when we set them equal, we have a couple extra steps in the equation. It's kind of like the one in the notes. So we minus the 20 from both sides. Notice that there's multiple ways you could have started this equation. You might have been thinking of starting it a different way, and that would have been fine. How'd you do? Did you get X equals 15? This next one is giving us the diagonal little length. So it says that LB is 6 and LN is 2x plus 5. So the entire LN is 2x plus 5. And we know that 2x plus 5 is equal to 2 of the LBs, these two little segments, which is 2 of the length of 6. And then we solve. And we get 7/2 or 3.5, however you want to leave it. So this one was a little bit trickier. They gave us the entire diagonal. We have to know that that diagonal is 2 of the shorter segments, or 2 times 6. So this one, setting this equal, was a little bit trickier. You had to really think about this one. A farmer needs to enclose a section of land in the shape of a parallelogram by using a side of a barn for one side. The barn and the side adjacent form an angle of 65. What is the measure of the opposite angle of this? Remember that opposite angles are congruent, so that's it right there. What's the measure of angle E in this one? So remember that opposite angles are equal, but that's not the one they asked for. They asked for this one over here. And we know that this missing angle, I'm going to call it X, is supplementary. In other words, X plus 110 is equal to 180. So we just need to subtract that 110. And our answer is that X and C both equal 70. All right, what is the measure of angle G? Notice it's asking for the entire measure of the angle. So after we solve for X here, we're going to have to do one additional step. What do I know about opposite angles of a parallelogram? I know that they are equal. So set these two expressions equal to each other. This is just like we did in notes. We're going to subtract the two x's from both sides. Again, there's multiple ways you could have started this. It's okay if you did the work a different way. Just check your answer at the end. How'd you do? I got 22. All right, the last two, remember that consecutive angles are supplementary. So this time we're not setting these equal to each other. We're adding them up and setting them equal to 180. So this angle over here plus this angle over here equals 180. Same with this one. It's the 3x minus 85 plus 2x plus 20. These are supplementary. So pause the video right here and take a second to go solve these and then see how you did. You can leave it as 51 halves or 25.5. Now, I'm just remembering up here, I forgot to do a step on number 8. So anyways, let's finish off number 9 here. What is X? So we're totally done with this one at 25.5. Over here, they say, what is the measure of angle A? So we are going to have to do some additional work after we finish solving. So, and then I'll go back up and fix the other ones if I forgot those final steps. So on this part D, part number 10, I'd like you to pause the video and see how you're doing on these equations. And now let's check your work. So the 3x's plus the 2x's give us 5x. The negative 85 plus 20, combining those like terms, gives us negative 65. We're going to add 65 to both sides and get 245. And then dividing by 5, did you get 49? Now, it did not ask us just for x, it asked us for the measure of angle A. We can see that angle A is equal to 3x minus 85, and we just got x. X was 49. So 3 times 49 is 147 minus 85. I'm getting angle A is equal to 62 degrees. How'd you do? So are you recognizing when they want us to solve for X, we stop here? When they want the measure of something, we have to keep going an additional step. Now I'm going to go back up to number 8 and show you that that's what I forgot. So number 8 here, it asked for the measure of angle G, and I didn't keep going. So notice that it wanted us to take the 22 and plug it into what G is equal to. So 2x plus 43, plug in the 22, and we get 44 plus 43. So the final answer should have been that the measure of angle G is equal to 87 degrees. So don't forget to take that additional step like I did. Let's go look and see if I forgot that additional step at anything else. Yep, I forgot it here as well. Sorry, guys. So number 4, see how they asked for the measure of NO? That's this entire side. So now that we got that X is 15, let's go plug back into it and see what we get. So 4 times the value we got for X plus 20 is 4 times 15, or 60 plus 20, which is 80. So the full measure of NO equaled 80. Now we're totally done with this checkup. Sorry about that. Again, pause the video and go back to whatever you might need to finish it up.